Yes, good morning, everyone. Savva here from Football Heritage TV. It is match day. Woo, woo. It is match day, and we're playing at home to Manchester City. The reigning champions will not be champions this year, but they are still, I guess, currently the reigning champions until the end of May when Liverpool will be crowned champions unless they have a dramatic drop-off. Big up to each and every one of you. This morning, I want to go for about an hour and 10 minutes, and then I'm going to redirect you all to my premiered video this morning. And thank you very much if you would smash the like, subscribe as well. I have said if you haven't subscribed to FHTV Plus, then why not? If you haven't, please do. It really, really does help. Just so you know, as I said, I do the YouTube full time now. To monetize on the second channel, I have to get to 1,000 subscribers and to 4,000 watch hours. Now, we did that 3 or 4 years ago on this channel, but on the new channel, just needs a bit of a kick, a bit of a push, and we'll get it there quicker. So at the moment, we've got 520 subscribers in a week, which is bloody good, by the way. So thank you all very much for that. 520 in a week, but we're going to see if we can get up to 600 by the end of today. So if you haven't subscribed, let me know why not. Let's see who's in the chat. This morning, we're going to look forward to tonight's game, but we're also going to be talking about Rodrigo Bentancur. Lots of news surrounding him, possibly being offered a new contract. Some reports are saying that he's in negotiations already. I'm guessing we're going to have a bit of a mixed reception as to, is that something that fans want? Do they want Rodrigo Bentancur to get a new contract? Or are we looking for better? Are we looking to move on now? Let me know what you think. Show us the new dog. Show us the new dog. So listen, again, thank you very much to everybody. George said, very sad. Rest in peace, Frank. Yes, rest in peace, Frank. Unfortunately, yeah, as you all know, Frank did go. So he'll never be gone. Look, he's there. He's there. My baby, Frank. He'll always be my baby, that boy. He was such a good dog, really good friend, just lovely, well-mannered. And we have got a new dog. But I'm not bringing him on screen yet. And just in case anyone think, God, that was quick. We had ordered. That sounds awful. We had gone to to get a new dog, but we weren't due to be getting him for another week or so. But because Stewie's on his own, we did go and get the new dog about 4 days early. So we have got a new dog. We haven't named him yet. Ordered. Yeah, not ordered is not the word I wanted to use. We went and we bought the dog and we reserved him, so to speak, that we were going to pick him up on XYZ date. And then we were all very sad. So we said, let's go and get him tomorrow. Let's go and get him yesterday. So we went to get him yesterday, but we haven't named him yet. And we're having debates over what we should name the dog. Go. I mean, I'm guessing loads of people are going to have their say now on what the dog should be called. And the new dog is a cross between a Springer X and a Frenchie and a Jack Russell. So his mum is a Springer X. His mum is full Springer X, and his dad was a cross between a Frenchie and a Jack Russell. So he's very cute. He is very cute. And if you don't believe me that he's very, very cute, you can ask Ash. He's in the chat. I sent him a picture yesterday. So we need to, he's called Doggy. Love it. We'll call him Destiny. Hey, we could call him Destiny. Yeah, he's a tiny little thing he is. He's only 10 weeks old. And, we're giving him all of Frank's toys to play with, and it's lovely to see the succession carrying on. Yeah, big up Anthony. Yeah, big up Anthony. I am not calling him Richie. I am not calling him Ange. Consistency, absolutely consistency. Kudos. Talking about consistency, whoever hasn't subscribed to the new channel yet, you tight people, go over there and do it. Thank you very much. Mike has said, R.I.P. Frank. Frank Savva, you always have the great memories. Listen, I loved him so much. He was brilliant. Now the tears have gone. he was just brilliant. He was such a good dog. I loved him. And now the puppy is just hyper, as you can imagine. He wants to wee everywhere. He wants to bite everything. He's annoying Stewie already. So we're having a good time with that. Yeah, we can call him. What are we doing here? Garava said, Savva, talk about Glasner yesterday. Well, I would, but not on this. I mean, yes, Glasner, really good manager. Said I really like Glasner. I think he'd be superb at Spurs. Look how good defensively Crystal Palace are. Now imagine him with our back five. Imagine him playing wing backs at Tottenham. Said that all along. I think Glasner's a top manager. But Rex was something that we were toying with. My wife likes the idea of little Stanley, which I think is quite cute. So we'll be talking about it. We were also looking at Alfie. Big up with Alf. We were looking at Alfie. Alf, my new channel, please. It's pinned. There you go. It's pinned. Subscribe to it. It's for all videos. So there will be Spurs videos on there. This channel is my lives and Tottenham. This is my Tottenham and lives and a few panel shows. The other channel is all my videos about everything. Everything. So my video yesterday was about Ruben Amorim. My video the day before was about Eddie Howe. Today's video, I'll tell you that as we push it out. And I'm sending you all over there to watch the video at 11:15. Destiny is a good name, but it sounds a bit like a stripper, doesn't it? Isn't Destiny a little bit of a stripper name? Let me know what you think. Good morning, Singularity. Thank you very much, Wolfie. Wolfie, can you imagine? Wolfie would never let me forget that I called him Wolfie as well, but he is very cute. I tried this, Terry. She was having none of it. She was having some of the names she was coming up with, but she was having none of this. Adiza said, would anyone be interested in Mateta in the summer? I'll go through a few more of your comments, by the way, before we talk about Rodrigo Bentancur and then move on to Manchester City. I would take Mateta. I think he's better than Solanke. Yes. Alfie, I've pushed that forward. I quite like the idea of Buck as well. I quite like Buck. But it's a really, really tough one. Frodo, don't. My wife's favorite films are the Lord of the Rings. Is it trilogy now? Is it 4 of them or 3 of them? I don't know. Tonka, great name. Benson's a great little name. Benson. Yeah, I think he does suit Stanley, doesn't he? He does suit Stanley. He's a gorgeous little boy. Let me see if I can find a picture. I say find a picture. There's a picture. Let's see if we can have a little look. There we go. There we go. What are we calling him? Little Stanley. I don't know. He just I like Alfie or Stanley. Anyway, we're not here to talk. We're not here to talk about dogs, are we? We talk way too much about dogs on my channel, even though dogs are so much better than humans. Big up to each and every one of you. Will Sonny continue his form? I mean, can we call it form for having half a good game against Ipswich? Isn't that where we're all falling into the trap of calling it form? What are we going I'll send you his number privately. Okay, cool. We'll deal with all that in a minute. Is it form? Let me know in the chat, guys and girls. Son, is it form? He had a good half. But for me, I need to see him do it in games like tonight. I need to see him do it against Bournemouth and Fulham and Chelsea. I can't just see it being against Ipswich Town. I really don't. Yeah, Alf, big up, man. Just get over there, subscribe. Listen, I'll basically be doing videos on everything and anything. But you know me, I'm not hyperbolic. I'm not going to say things like, I'm big up to my man Henry. I'm not going to say things like Arsenal is scary or anything like that. Wayne, I'll message you later and let you know all about this. Winston was one we were toying with the idea of Winston. Yeah, we have talked about Winston. We've talked about Alfie, Stanley. It's really tough. It's really, really tough naming a dog because, you know, once you've done it, you've done it. Jose Dominguez, what a little winger he was. Little Jose. Eddie. Can you imagine? I'm not calling him Eddie. Big up to you, DJM1. Thank you very much. By the way, just because you're subscribed to the other channel doesn't mean you stop subscribing here. Don't stop subscribing here. So big up to each and every one of you. And smash the like button. Only 59 likes. We should be on well over 100. Denzel, somebody said that yesterday. I wasn't sure. Max, possibly. I'm not going to call my dog Roy. A little Stan, yeah, little Stanley. I said to the wife, she can call it what she wants. Because I named the other two, because I had the other two before I met my wife. So I named Frank and Stewie. I was going to go with Brian and Stewie from Family Guy, but I thought one from Family Guy was enough. Yeah, exactly like this. But it just seemed a little bit silly. But hey, he's a real cutie pie, but his teeth are sharp. 10 weeks old he is, and his little so after I finished today here with you guys, I will be going to play with a puppy, and he wants to fight and roll around and play, and I'm too tired for all that. By the way, what have we got coming up for you today? So we've got this show here. Big up to you, everyone here. We got this show here. Then we've got the premiered video, which I'm sending you all over to at 11:15. So please show the love. What would be great for the 11:15 video, and it is a Spurs video today on the other channel. So that's why I'm going to send you all there. Is please, if you could watch that, get some comments going. You don't have to agree with me. I'm sure many of you won't. But please get some comments going, get the algorithm going. Please like and subscribe as well. Darren Rees has said, why not call the new edition after your favourite Spurs player? Yeah, I feel like my wife has enough to deal with about Tottenham Hotspur. I don't think that she wants to look at our dogs and see that as well. Big up to Alf. Bailey. Little Bailey. I'll tell you what. Should we write some of these names down? I like that. So Bailey is a good one. So Bailey, Buck, what we got? Bailey, Buck, Stanley, Alfie. Any that I really like, I'll run past the wife, and then we'll have a discussion, and she'll decide. That's just how it works, right? Oreo, little Oreo. We did see that. Wilson. I like that as well. Little Wilson. I like that. Tellboy. Savva's not getting. Savva's got. It was always the plan, because unfortunately, Teddy, I like Teddy as well. Unfortunately, Stewie's not very good on his own. He needs to have a mate. Call him Franco. Call him Crancher. Terrific little winger. Terrific. Absolutely. Sort of reminds me of an Aaron Lennon. Call him Lennon. I'm not so keen on that. The puppy's black, for anyone that I just shown. The puppy, little black puppy. Stewie's a little white boy, and multicultural in this house we are. Stanley is a violent name. Had bad experience. Big up to you. Right. I'm not going to call him Mavropanos. I'm not going to call him after a Greek West Ham centre half, am I? Anyway, yes, I could call him Lubo. Couldn't I? Yes, Bailey. A lot of people have said Bailey, Daigle or Lubo. Rod after Stewart. Little Messi. Fenton. Little Max. Oh, see, it gets harder and harder. Anyway, let's talk about, call him context. Let's talk about some football, shall we? Boxy. Or maybe I'll just say, don't get used to it. Little Rodri. If I called my dog after a Man City player, it'll be mad. Big up. Oh, it's Jose, the guy who has ignored all my WhatsApps for however long. He ignores my WhatsApps every single week in our Spurs review group. Thanks, Jose. Hope you're well, my man. Guys and girls, Rodrigo Bentancur. I want to talk about Rodrigo Bentancur. Lots of talk this week that he's going to be in negotiations for a new contract. And as always, with any subject at Tottenham Hotspur, it becomes polarizing and we start having different opinions. Where do you all stand with Rodrigo Bentancur? For me, I'm going to be honest, I don't mind him. I've always thought he's massively overrated. I feel like when he had the injury, that made people think he was better than he was. And it was when he comes back from the injury. I I agree with you, Finn. I don't see the hype about Bentancur. I think he's neat. I think he's tidy. I think that we need to upgrade, not just on him, by the way. For me, I wouldn't have, there you go. Might cause a bit of controversy. I wouldn't have him, Basuma or Sarr in my Tottenham squad. I would move them all on and buy in a couple of top centre mids. I just feel like we've got too many players that are hit and miss. Is that fair to say? Is that fair to say? Too many players that are hit and miss for me. Bentancur does some nice stuff, but it feels to me that I don't know. One, he's never available, and I've got this thing about footballers that are always unavailable. But two, I don't know. I mean, George, when you're saying how do you judge any player in an handball team, I've always said this. People like Ash, you'll agree with me, Ash. I've always said this about Bentancur. This isn't under Ange, and obviously we don't agree on many things football-wise, Ash. But I still love you, buddy. I've always said this. I feel like he's good, but mid-table good. I feel like if you want to be in and around 6th, 7th, 8th, I just feel like, and if you want to go forward, I think you need somebody a bit better. When I say a bit, I mean a lot. I think he could be a good squad player, Faizan. Yes, I do. But I just feel like offering players like that a new contract, I don't know. It just feels like, I feel like what we're going to do is what we normally do. We're going to pine after players like this. Then when we don't get better, don't sign better players and don't win things, everyone will be saying, oh, why? Why aren't we winning things? It'll be like, well, hang on. Everyone's wanted to keep the same old players. Would I like to see Tyler Dibbling at Spurs? Not yet. I don't feel like we need any more children at the club. I think that Tyler Dibbling looks a really exciting footballer, but surely if you've got Yang and you've got Moore and you've got Odeber, right? Surely and a JE coming through, surely to goodness you don't need Dibbling as well. I mean, how many young players can one football club sign? Great question. A great point. And this is always the conundrum. This is always the conundrum. By the way, on Sky Sports News right now, they're talking about Adam Wharton. And that's a player, that's the sort of player. Now he's had a couple of years, maybe next season. That's the sort of player I'd like to get into our midfield. I don't want to buy any more unproven 18, 19-year-olds. But by the end of this season, he'll have had a year and a half in the Premier League. And someone like that, I'm not saying he's not my first choice. I'm just because he's come up on my screen. Somebody like that could be a decent little addition. Unlike you lot, who are not giving me a decent little addition, right? At the moment, you lot with your 89 likes. We should be on 150 likes. Come on, guys. New dog. Spurs are playing today. By the way, let me get back to what I was saying just before we go back to Bentancur in the midfield. Don't forget, today at 5 p.m., I will be doing Savva and Stell Ask Us Anything. That will be for 1 hour. And then we'll move straight into 6 o'clock to the live watch along. Ryan, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But for me, I just feel like he's raved about, Sar's raved about, Bergval's raved about, like Kulu's raved about. All of these players are raved about, yet we have a non-existent midfield. Now, you have to ask yourself the question, of course, is that Ange? Is that the players? I think it's a mixture of both. You all know my opinion on Angepostecoglou. I think he's a terrible, terrible tactician. But some of the players have to take some responsibility as well. Would Bentancur getting into the top 6 teams? I don't think he would. I don't think he's good enough. I think he's way too hit and miss. Daniel Turner saying, at the end of the day, Bentancur has been here a long time and hasn't done much. He's been injured a lot and suspended a few times. Yeah, it just feels to me that He's now been here, what, 3.5 years? And I just don't feel like in that 3.5 years, like if he left today, right? I don't feel like in a couple of years I'm going to go, God, Bentancur was a good player. You know, like you do when you look at players like Scotty Parker did a great job for Spurs, right? Scotty Parker did a great job. Look at Dembele when he left, Modric. When you look at these players, you go, yeah, good player. When I look at Bentancur, I always feel like he's good against poor teams. I feel like in the really biggest of games, consistently, he can't do it well. Now, that's not to say tonight he can't have a good game against Man City. It's not to say that. But does he do enough? Does he do enough to the point where you go, first name on the team sheet? Now, that's a big issue for me. When I look at other clubs with their midfielders, you know who's going to be their first choice midfield. You know, I feel like when you look at ours, we look a little bit lightweight. It's almost like, oh, does Sarr play? Does Bentancur play? Does Basuma play? Does Bergvall play? Obviously, Bergvall's a kid coming through. But with the others, I look at and I go, are any of them that good? Are any of them that good where you go, oh, top player? You know, for me, I think Bentancur will end up at another Italian team. Maybe I don't know, maybe a Fiorentina. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't ever look at him and go, wow. And for me, I think if you want to get better, you've got to buy better. Will Levy and the club buy better? I mean, I don't know. Who found Moussa Dembele from Fulham? Who's going to go and find that next player? Sean Michael has said Bentancur gives the ball away a lot as well. Yeah, I think he does give the ball away a lot. When I watch him play, he does tend to give the ball away quite a lot. Oh, hang on, knocking the microphone over there. He does tend to give the ball away quite a lot. And for me, I don't know. I don't like hit and miss players. And guys, girls, you'll all know this about me, right? Big up Corey. Big up, man. Yeah, you get yourself in that gym and do what you got to do, brother. No, of course, he's no Dembele. This is the problem. He's so far off Dembele, it's unreal. Mr. Box Office said Bentancur is a Juventus reject. Still a Juventus reject. Big mistake if we give him a new contract. I just feel like you know what we're going to do as a club, Alex. You know we will give him the new contract. Our fans will go overboard about it like we do over everyone. Ash has probably got it right here. Ash has got it right. I don't mind him as a squad player, but for me, sell Basuma and buy a proper DM. Sarr still only 22. I agree with most of that, apart from the Sarr bit. I just don't think he's a good footballer. I think Sarr's got a brilliant engine. I think he's a great workhorse. I think he's great for running stats. I just don't know. I just don't know that he's. I just don't know he's going to be a good footballer. I don't see anything in his feet. Cooper said before his first injury, he was good enough for a Man City squad. Nah, not having it, Coos. Not having it. Not having it. I never, ever looked at him and thought Man City level. Not for me, mate. I think Bentancur's neat and tidy. I think before his injury, I thought, again, he did really well against the worst teams. Whenever we played big teams, I didn't see him grab a game by the scruff of the neck. That's only my opinion. Much love to Kuva. We love Kuva. And it's okay to disagree. It's okay. Big up to you, Kuv. By the way, off the back of last night's games, by the way, we are back into 13th in the Premier League table. And when we get to talk about Man City Spurs, we'll talk about such a massive game. It's a massive game. We have to win tonight for me to have any chance of Europa League or Conference League via league qualification. Sean has said Bentancur looked best under Conte. He did in a bit more of a less gung-ho formation, but I don't know. Terry said, I think Bentancur is better than what's being shown. He's not a top player, but when he's got a defence running past him and other midfielders thinking they're strikers, he gets left isolated. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. I just don't. For me, I just feel like when we have players like that as our starting and number one choice midfielder, for me, I think that shows why we are so far behind the other teams. That's only my opinion. Mr. Box Office, big up to Alex. I said, why do you think our midfield is so open? He's one of the reasons I have Højbjerg back. I love this. I mean, I wouldn't want Højbjerg back, but hey, it is what it is. I wouldn't have Højbjerg back, but why did we just suddenly lose 100 viewers in 1 minute? What is going on with YouTube? It's all opinions, but I'm with Kuva. Well, listen, but what? Sure. If anyone watched Bentancur, and said Man City, then our standards are on the ground. He ain't Man City. He is. Look, Man City is Rodri, Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, De Bruyne, and we think Bentancur's in that mould. Come on, guys. He's never, ever in that mould. I don't think we realise how good that Man City team was. I don't think we realise. Dale has said ambition would be Ederson in, Basuma out. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing a lot of clubs are going to want Ederson, but I absolutely would love Ederson in our midfield. I think the thing is there's so many good players across Europe and we're just so bad at scouting them. We are truly so bad at scouting footballers. Lulu said, with so many players rejecting Tottenham, I don't think we should get rid of him, especially with Levy in charge and not wanting to spend. Well, he does spend. Spending isn't the issue. The issue is, what do we buy? So I agree and I disagree. Do I want to keep him? I just wouldn't want to tie him up for another long-term contract. I just don't think he's that good. I feel like we've really gone overboard. I really don't feel like we remember what good players are anymore. I feel like we've not seen top players for so long that we overrate a lot of average footballers. I think we did it for years, didn't we? People desperately trying to make Aurier better than he is. People desperately trying to make Sanchez and Sissoko and Bergwijn and Lamella and Winks and Skip. We've done it for years. Sessegnon, when he gets fit and when he does this. For me, I just think we need some quality. We need much better than what we've got. Yeah, I think so. YouTube moving crazy, as the kids would say. I agree with this. I agree. You know, he's not a kid. By the way, for example, when I look at Belieber at Brighton, that is a player that I look at and I think, oh yeah, you've got something in that midfield. Good passing, good legs, good engine. Get stuck in the tackle. I don't know. I look at players like that and I just think, yeah. I really do. Thoughts on Cardoso? I've seen him play. Maybe I need to see more, but I've never watched him and gone, yeah. I've never watched him play and gone, yeah. But hey, that's just me. I think he's okay. I think he's another one of those players we'd buy in. We'd see a million YouTube videos as to why he's perfect for the Ange system. And then I think we'd be very underwhelmed. Big up to my brother, Ben Kaufman. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. George, next year, if we're not in Europe, that's what I think we need to do. I think I would sell all three. I know he won't. And I would buy 2 better quality midfielders. And then you've got Gray and you've got Bergwijn as well. And you've got 4 midfielders, 4 centre mids there, plus any youngsters coming through. That's what I would do. That's just my opinion on what I would do. But hey, I tell you what, this is a great summary. It's a great summary. I do think he looks tidy whilst not doing anything. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, he would now, but we don't scout those sort of players, do we? We don't scout them. Hey, it is what it is. Savva, surely we can't get fooled by Brighton again, surely. But what do you mean by that? What do you mean? Let me know. Watched Brighton yesterday, Belieber. Yeah, listen, I thought Belieber was excellent. Do you remember when they came back against us in the second half? He came on, didn't he? If I'm not wrong, he came on at half time and changed the game. Ryan has said, but Savva, no one is good for this system. Look, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping he's not going to be here for too long, Ryan. So I'm talking about just players getting better in general. I would always take a player like Eze. I think he's dangerous. I watched him last night against Villa. He gets the ball, he runs at players, pulls players away. I think we can never underestimate when players do that. And I always use Erling Haaland as the example of this. When people say this player only does this, only does that, players like Erling Haaland, yeah, Eze, what they do is they take 2 to 3 men with them wherever they go. They pull players away and create space for others. Yeah, that's just my opinion. No, Ian, you know I can't. The AND system just seems to be a lot of running around, trying to overload and press teams, and it works. It's worked against Ipswich and Man United. It's worked, but hey, listen, I don't think it's worth anyone trying to convince me, right? I don't think it's worth anyone trying to convince me. And everyone knows my opinion on the manager. In 40 years of supporting Spurs, I've never seen somebody so tactically redundant in my life. Yeah, Modric skull. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we don't buy players like that anymore, do we? Faizan has said Modric. I think Maddison is the only quality player in the squad. Matt doesn't understand how squads work. Eze would bench Madders. Why? Why would he bench Madders? Why wouldn't we rotate players? You'd have Kulu, Eze, Maddison. You'd have loads of games a season. Why would you? You know, again, we're thinking in 11s. And this is what a lot of people like Matt do with the injuries. It's 11. When our 11 is back, our 11. It's a squad game. It's a squad game. Hoover, what about Sam? He's got more goals season than Ginobili in 3 years. Better quality nowadays. Yeah. Big up. I love Hoover so much. He's always been the one constant for me. I'll thank him for that. He's always been the one constant for me throughout since I've been on YouTube, and he's always kept me grounded. And when we've had good chats and stuff, and he's been there. So thank you, Kuva. By the way, come on, people. Look, let's get this moving, shall we? 16,704. Can we get that? Yeah. Can I get that to 16,715? Can we start going that way? It's stalled a little bit here. So that would be great. And on the second channel, by the way, thank you to those people who have subscribed. We're at 529 now. So thank you very much. Matt, I'll go away, Matt. Don't be a dick. Or I will block you today. I've got no tolerance for you. No. Why would he bench Madders? That's your opinion, that he'd bench Madders. Top managers find a way to get their best players playing. That's like saying when Pep Guardiola had De Bruyne, Mahrez, Silva, Grealish, Foden. Oh, he's going to bench one. No, you rotate your players. That's what top managers do. They don't bench one player, they rotate. It's really not that difficult a theory in 2025. Big up the Boomverse. How are we doing, everyone? How we doing? Francis has said the great players don't look at the ball in possession and keep their head up. Bang. Top players don't look at the football, do they? Top players don't look at the football. They know where it is. Like, I'll tell you what, if anyone goes back and watches, let's use, without even being a top player, but a great player. Anyone remember when Defoe played? When Defoe was bearing down on goal and he was running 20, 30 yards away from goal, running in to have a shot, Jermaine Defoe never lifted his head to have a look. He knew, he never looked at the ball. He knew where the ball was and he knew where he was going to strike. Just brilliant. Maddison, Eze. But now you'd start having a team that can keep the ball up top, can't you? A team that can pass, move, keep hold of it. See, that's what Maddison needs. He needs players like this to link up with. By the way, the breaking news on Sky is that Arne Slot has been handed a 2-match touchline ban by the FA. So Arne Slot has been handed a 2-match touchline ban by the FA. So why do Spurs always dumpster dive when it comes to transfers? Can Spurs with it game-changing stadium not go to teams like Celta Vigo and Villarreal and buy their top players? Absolutely what we should be doing, Philly. Absolutely. Do you know a player? So, by the way, not one of you has subbed to this channel since I asked. Not one of you. Hang on. Sorry, Iggy's just messaged me. Perfect, mate. Just streaming. We'll message in a bit. We'll message in a bit. And always a love heart for my Iggy. Always. I love Iggy. So, yeah, please do subscribe if you haven't already. Come on, show the love, people. Show the love to this channel. Show the love to the second channel as well. By the way, at 11:15, I will be redirecting you to watch the video on my second channel. It is about Spurs. It is about a Spurs player. So it's about Spurs today. Finn has said we could get a decent chunk of money if we offload Romero, Basuma, Bentancur, and Sarr in the summer. Problem is, Levy will probably just use it to buy in more average players. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's, at some point we're all hoping and waiting for that penny to drop that we go out there and buy some better players, but it just doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. Would I sign Darwin Núñez? No, I wouldn't. There are so many aspects about Darwin Núñez I love, but his finishing's not good enough. I think he is a pain in the arse to play against. He's got to score more goals. That's all I can say about him. The new channel link is pinned in this show. Here it is. I'll put it in again. I've just posted it in here. So there you go. There's the channel link to the new show. George, thank you very much, has done it for me. Thank you very much. I'll be redirecting you at 15:15 as well. And if you could, as I said, growing a new channel is tough. So if you could watch that video for me, smash the like button, add some comments as well. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong, to disagree. That would be amazing. And thank you very much. Archer said Clivert's goal for Bournemouth last night. Good player. Again, where are we finding our Wataras, our Semenyos, our Cliverts? Why are Bournemouth finding them and we're not? Why are they finding them and we're not? Why is it that we? Why? I don't know. Do I think we need a diamond in midfield? I don't see how we do. Yes, I think under a different manager, a diamond would work. The problem we've got, Matt, and I know you like Ange, this midfield is never going to have a pattern because of how gung-ho it is. This is the problem with this manager. He doesn't play a number 6. He doesn't have a holding midfielder. And everyone is just going gung-ho all the time. That's going to be okay against Ipswich and Man United in this state. It's going to be all right. But we've seen over the course of a season, over a calendar year, it doesn't work. So he needs to do a lot of changing for me. The Boomverse has said Slot, 2-game touchline ban. Yep, 2 games. Savva, our number 6. My condolences. Big up to you, Psycho. No, thank you. I really appreciate that. Me, not really a number 6. I was more of a right wing back in my day. But I liked to invert. I liked to get on the ball. I was one of those. Wasn't very quick, but I like to get on the ball and pass. Hey, that's just me. Dumb Edge never learns. I like McAtee of Man City. I do as well. I think he's a really good footballer. And he's starting to get more game time this year, isn't he? Starting to get more game time. Yeah, but Ash, this is what good coaches do. You see a player, you upskill them. No, not just football, has said there are so many good players in Belgium and Portugal that we could pick up for a lot cheaper than a player already in the Premier League, but we don't bother to scout. I've said all along, no nonsense football fan, Belgium is the place. The Belgian league just constantly brings through footballers. The Belgian league constantly brings through footballers. By the way, thank you to everyone who has subscribed this morning to FHTV Plus. Please don't forget about this channel. If you haven't already on this channel, I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have. But let's get this channel moving as well. Mateta under Glasner has 28 goals, only behind Haaland with 30. Yeah, listen, I think he again, another manager that's come in and worked wonders with a player. And I think they paid £9.1 million, if I'm not wrong. I think it was like 11 million euros for Mateta. And you think we paid 55.60 for Solanke. And this is what I mean. When you look at scouting and you look at your budget and people say we couldn't have got better than Solanke, I just feel like we're not scouting properly. I really do. Just subscribe. Big up, Martin Kent. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. But come on, guys and girls, this is poor. This is poor. Come on. 16,704. We've been on that all morning. Come on. Savva, do you think we currently have the worst academy products in the league? I think it's a harsh way of asking a question. I guess the difference is we don't know how good they are because they don't really play. It's all well and good giving a JE 10 minutes against Elfsborg, but we don't see them. Look, a JE did well, really well when he came on against Elfsborg. Not been seen since. He's not on a bench because we've got Richarlison's on the bench, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what we've done. We don't bring them through, if we're going to be brutally honest. 11 million for Mateta is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Ben K has said, we do need more English players. We need more homegrown players, which is why I suggest breaking the bank for Eze, Stones and Grealish. We need English players. I would like to see someone like an Eze. I'd like Eze, full stop. I think somebody like a Grealish would be good on a couple of year contract. Bring a bit of experience to the club. Bring that winning mentality, some experience. He's got personality as well, bundles of personality. John Stones, just always injured, isn't he? But what a player. When he's not injured, what a player. But is he always injured too much? But I'd be looking to go and get some experience from a club like Manchester City. I really, really would be looking at that. Mateta will be wasting the system. I agree. There's so much wrong with this system. I genuinely don't think people understand how much better we'd be under a different system. By the way, Ryan Sessegnon scoring last night. Ryan Sessegnon, remember him? Ryan Sessegnon. Kubra said, I don't think our scouting is bad. I'd expect most top flight teams are similar. But then Levy applies the price and wages filter and the list disappears. Sure, maybe. But the point is that you're trying to find those bargains, and Levy loves a bargain, doesn't he? We're not talking about scouting 60, 70 million pound players. Whoever that was, that's a great finish. Who scored that? Is that Munoz? It's a really good finish. And Fulham, by the way, guys and girls, Fulham, again, I keep being told they're going to fall away, Fulham. I keep being told they're going to fall away, and they keep not falling away. Let's have a look. Big up to D&B Forever with a super sticker. I really, really appreciate you, my friend. Always there, always helping the channel. So thank you very much, mate. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's have a look at the Premier League table, shall we? There we go. Let's find that. Let's have a look at the Premier League table, shall we? So here we go. Have I got myself in the way? Yes, I have. There we go. So the Premier League table, we don't need Liverpool at the top. I think they're pretty far gone. Let's scroll down a tiny bit. Let's be fair. We don't really need to worry about Arsenal either. If you have a look at this table now, tonight's game, we'll talk about this for the last 25 minutes. Tonight's game really, really is important, isn't it? If we win tonight's game, you go on to 36 points level with Palace, and we go 6 points off the top half of the table. Now, all right, it's only the top half. But if you go 6 points off the top half, you're suddenly only 8 points off the top 5. Lose tonight, and we are 10 points off of Europe. This is a massive game tonight for Tottenham Hotspur. I saw a few people yesterday talking about free hit. I don't know what that means. But by the way, look at Fulham. How well are Fulham doing? Again, Fulham up there on 42 points. Fulham are 2 points off Man City. Obviously, Man City got the game to play tonight. But Fulham have done absolutely brilliant. 4 wins in their last 6. Look at the team they've got. They've sold 2 years in a row. They've sold their best players. They sold their top goal scorer, Mitrovic. Then they sold Paulinho. Done really, really well. Really, really well. Michael said we have good academy players. Dane needs a loan abroad. For me, I think Scarlett needs to be sold. I'm going to be honest. We'll see how good those academy players are, Michael. Let's see if any of them break in and make themselves a first-team regular. At the moment, none have. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. And thanks for the voice note last night, mate. I really did appreciate that. There we go. Look. There's Stewie and his new brother. Look. Stewie and his new brother right now downstairs. There you go. Right now downstairs. See, they're having a little nap together. We're trying to get Stewie to mother him, so to speak, but he's missing his Frank. So it's all a bit sad and fun at the same time. Francis thinks that Grealish is done, and Ash thinks that Stones is done. Fair enough. I won't die on that hill. Yeah, but the thing is, Matt, he's learned from that. He's learned. People learn, they grow, they adapt. He's done a wonderful job. It's funny because you back Ange, who's doing worse than Silva did at Everton. This is what I mean. This is where I struggle with you, Matt. You've got no consistency in your opinions. When it's Ange, it's lovely and brilliant. When it's anyone else, they're all shit. It's just weird. Palace can catch Europe. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Boss A has said best Spurs YouTube channel. Spurs YouTube channel. Yeah, I agree with you. No, again, Matt, you don't get to do this. You don't get to do this. You tell me all year how great we are and how brilliant Ange is. And then every game you come in the day of the game and go, yeah, but don't forget, either have the balls and stick to it or don't. But you're like Ange now. You say one thing and then do another on match day. It's getting silly. You're starting to wind me up. They could well do. Villa could well do. It's very tight in there, isn't it? From Man City down to Villa, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, separated by 4 points. Could be 7 if City win tonight. If City don't win tonight, then it means that we've got a good result. My score prediction, I think it's going to be a 3-3 game tonight. I think it's going to be 3-3. I do worry that they're going to open us up for fun, but Man City can be opened up. It's all going to be about how much of the ball can we have? How well are we going to do on the counter-attack? Ben, I would, but not under this manager. Mate, there are so many players I would have, but not under this manager. I genuinely think this manager is terrible. I don't want him trying to upskill or make players better. Ben Kaufman said, I had a debate with a Liverpool fan telling us to keep Ange because of injuries. Pundits love how entertaining Spurs games are. Yeah. But, yes. Spurs, Jimmy Hotspur said 1-3. Let me, guys and girls, right now, what's your score prediction for tonight? I've gone with 3-3. I feel like there's going to be a bundle of goals. I think that both teams are absolutely dreadful at the back at the moment. I feel that this is going to be a counter-attacking game from Spurs, and I don't feel that's going to be by design. I feel like that's going to be forced by the way Man City play. That's what they do. They have the football. They push you back. They force you. That is what people do. Sorry, bear with me 1 second, if you could. What's this channel called? 1 second, not my channel. 1 second. Share. Okay, perfect. By the way, keep subscribing, guys and girls. Come on, show the love. And on the likes, we've got 165. So big up to you lot for that. And thank you very much to Ian JD. I said to all Spurs fans, when you are 13th in the league, there are no free hits. Absolutely bang on, mate. There are no free hits when you are 13th in the Premier League. I don't want to hear all of this but we're playing the champions, but, because if we beat them tonight, everyone will go, see, we're better. Big up to you, Ian. Really appreciate your support on the channel, mate. Thank you very much. That is very, very generous of you. I'm always very appreciative of anyone who puts in super chats. So thank you very much. Got a ticket for tonight's game, £40. Friendly takers, guys, girls, £40. £40. Anybody, message me, message Nick. Let me know if you want to go to that game. 3-1 City, a Marmoush hat-trick. I have this horrible feeling, Andrew. It's not that we can't score goals tonight. I just feel like we will be wide open and they'll run through us. It's my face has gone for the same as me. 3-3 open game. Ryan's gone with 4-3 to Man City. Breaking news. Yeah, Stones, he's got to that age now, isn't he, where he's always missing big chunks. A 3-2. Matt's gone with 1-0 to Tottenham. I'll be astonished if there is only one goal in this game. I will be absolutely astonished, Jamie, if only one goal in this game. But I'll take your prediction. I'll take the 1-0. 2-2. Kelsey has gone with Daniel says, I think Marmoush has us on toast today. Yeah, listen, he's a good player. Him and Savva, I think, are very good dribblers with a ball. Let's see what happens today. 2-1 Spurs, says RO. Big up to you. We beat City, says Ryan Gloria. Garava said, Savva, I loved your opinion and it always describes us, how much passion you have for your club. Yes, but my passion for my club apparently means I'm not a real Spurs fan because I don't just say lovely things. But big up to you. The Boomverse has said Justin Cliver 9 million, Johnson 50 million. Yeah, we don't scout. We just don't scout well at all. How about an early birthday present for Nick? A 40th birthday. Nick's 50, not 40. Don't let him lie to you. Nick is going to be 50 this week. Just kidding. Just kidding. Morning to James Flower. Good morning, sir. How are you? How many boilers have you sorted out this morning? James up and down the UK, giving people hot water everywhere they go. Flowers Plumbing. If you need a plumber, contact James. You're welcome for the free advertising. He's not paid me to say that. Bella has gone with 3-2 to Manchester City. Isn't it funny? We've got the full spectrum. We've gone 3-0 Spurs right the way through to 3-0 Man City and anything in between. Look, 3-0 Spurs. City are trash. I love this. I love the overconfidence of Spurs fans, right? Is that City are trash and Spurs are great. I love this. I just find this so funny. Kate said, Savva, Ange's tactics versus Pep's tactics. Man City will want to win after their loss. We will be too wide open. 3-1. What I do know is it should be a good game, right? It should be a good game. Definitely for the neutral, it will be a good game. Definitely for the neutral. Will it be a good game for Tottenham or City fans? Well, I guess we'll see at the end of the match. Daniel Harris said, tempted, but the last time I bought a ticket off someone, I got scammed. Nick won't scam you. Don't worry. Nick will not scam you. He's a lovely guy. He really is. I've spent personal time with. No, that sounds really weird. Me and Nick have been out on a night out together, so I know Nick. He's great. He's a lovely guy. Fina said, so Werner is fit for tonight's game. Someone should slip the medical chief a brown envelope and request a reassessment. Ghosted has gone with 2-1 either way. Spurs 2, City 3. Lots of different scorelines tonight. 5-4 Tottenham. A game of, listen, Steve, you lot, I could see it being crazy tonight. I can see there being goals everywhere. I truly believe that. 3-1 Spurs. Eltel's gone 2-0. If we keep a clean sheet against City, I'll be absolutely staggered with how wide open we are. But I hope you're right. James has gone 3-1 Spurs. Mark's got a feeling they might open us up. Well, listen, let's be fair. Ipswich had something like 16, 17 shots. Man United had something like 22. Brentford had 23 or 24. I just feel they're going to have chances. They always have chances. But will they put any of them away? We'll have chances as well. I don't think it'll be as many. Corey said, for me, Savva, I'm 40 on the 10th of March. You've got the same birthday as my older brother, Steve. He's 18. What is he? He's 18 months older than me, is Steve. Doesn't care for football at all. It's chalk and cheese with me and him. Yeah, Garassi at 16 million. That was a deal, wasn't it? Garav said, I think it will be an open game. Haaland scores 2 goals. I've seen lots of reports saying that Haaland's not going to make it and lots saying he will. I don't know. If he does, how fit will he be? Do you think Savva Aston Villa are underperforming? Well, yeah, they're not doing as well as last year. Has it hurt them being in the Champions League as well as Premier League? I don't know. They're not performing where they want to be for sure, but they are still only 3 points, 2 points off Champions League. So it's tight up there. But yeah, Emery will be disappointed. Sure, he'll be disappointed with what's going on. Mark's gone with 4-2 to Man City. Daniel said City are trash. They're 9 places above us and having their worst season in years. I know. We get just a bit carried away. If City are trash, what are Tottenham Hotspur? You have to ask the question. Will City stay humble? I like that. Sounds very cryptic. I know you're not 50, you old git. I know you. I'm older than you, aren't I? I know you're not 50. James, you're more than welcome. On the side of your van, could you get the Football Heritage TV logo? Could you get a picture of Frank, please? You can change the name to your name, but just can you get a picture of Frank on there, please? Big up to each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed to the second channel, please do. I really appreciate everyone that has so far today. And as I said, I'm going to ask for a favor. When in 15 minutes at 15:15, I am going to redirect you to my premiered video on FHTV Plus. The premiered video is about Christian Romero, Argentina, centre-back. It is all about Tottenham. Today's premiered video is about Tottenham, so you will all like it. You might disagree with it, but hopefully you'll like it. Yeah, your personal time. Yeah, it's not like Nick and I. We stayed together in Liverpool, but Nick, we didn't share a room, did we, Nick? Was it me and you? No, it wasn't. It was me and us shared a room with Haz. It was Perchy and Nick shared a room and had a little cuddle. Phil Coys, good morning, brother. Has gone to 2-2. Michael's gone 3-1 to Man City. We've got all the scores today, haven't we? I feel like there's no real consistency here. 3-2 to Spurs. Big up to you, Albie. I believe are you out in South Africa? Have I made that up? Big up to you. The Sanctuary of 7, 39 on the 2nd of March, the same day as Poch. Well, looks like we've got a lot of birthdays coming up, doesn't it? Francis Reynolds said, Haaland versus Gray. I'm not overly confident. If that is the case, surely the right thing to, if Haaland plays, surely the right thing for the manager to do is say, Danso, you are taking Haaland. Surely. I'm doing an ACCA. Would you go for a Forest win tonight or a draw? I think that game will be a draw, but I never like putting a draw in my ACCA. I don't know why. It's just me. But Arsenal always seem to get things done, don't they? Somehow, by hook or crook. Second channel link is pinned. I'll put it in here again. The second channel link is pinned. Thank you very much. We are trying to get that to 1,000 subscribers as quick as possible, and then it starts to snowball. Do we carry more of a goal threat? Well, Johnson gives us an option, doesn't he? What Johnson does that the others don't do, and this is where I will give Johnson maximum respect, he gets into the box and gets into good goal-scoring areas. Kulu never does. Solanke hardly does. Stunny has stopped doing that. I feel like that's what he does, Johnson. So, yes, he does give us more of a goal threat. I don't think he's a great footballer, but he's a good goal scorer. Leipzig already want to replace Marco Rose with Stuttgart's manager. Stuttgart's manager, Holness, right? Is it Sebastian Holness? Good manager. Good managers everywhere. Mr. Tropical Walsh has said, good morning to you. What do you think of Danso? Do you think Vigaria coming back has given the team a lift? Yeah, listen, I think it's given the team a lift. I do still think he's absolutely dreadful with his feet. I saw a few things against Ipswich, but he's a much better goalkeeper than Kinski. So, yes, it gives the team a lift. What do I think of Danso? I think Danso's a solid 7 out of 10 player each week. Danso, for me, he's not sexy. He's not flamboyant. He's not going to bring the ball out and beat 5. He's a centre-back that gets the job Done. That just my opinion. I think he's a very good centre-back to have as a group of 3 or 4 centre-backs. That's just my opinion. There was the link for anybody that was asking. And thank you. 2 people have just subscribed to my main channel as well. And as I said, we've got a lot going on for you today. We have got 5 till 6. We have got Savva and Stella Ask Us Anything. And then 6 p.m. onwards, we have got the live watch along for Man City versus Spurs v Man City. And Iggy will be joining me for the first hour of that. Gaurav said, Savva, I can gift you Frank's illustration. That would be that's very kind of you. That would be very, very kind of you, my friend. Are you an artist then or something like that? That's very nice. Every now and then there's some really nice, generous people in the world. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Ghosted, it's a video. It's a premiered video that I've already made this morning. But so far on that channel, I've done 1 Liverpool video, 1 Arsenal, 1 Man United, 1 City, 1 Newcastle. This morning is my Tottenham video on there. And I thought that if I sent you lot over there, you give it some likes, you give it some views, and you get some comments on there. Because what that does is the more your videos get likes and comments and views, obviously the algorithm around the internet, and it brings other fans from other fan bases to that channel, which is what I want to do. So thank you very much for everybody's help. I wish we had a Celso for this game. For me, I mean, look, I feel like we're going to do that. For me, I actually think we look more solid with Danso in there. I mean, let me know what you think, guys and girls. Do we look more solid with Danso or with Romero? I actually do think that. I mean, Gaurav, that's very, very generous of you. You've got my email address, right? To send it to. That would be amazing. I'll tell you what would be lovely for my wife. If you did an illustration of Frank and at the bottom wrote to Richard and Charlotte, that would be amazing. So Charlotte is my wife. To Richard and Charlotte, my name at home isn't Savva, as you can imagine. That would be absolutely amazing and very, very generous of you. We've done this. We did this. We did this question. Yes, I would. As things stand, I would. I think Danso just gets on with it. For me, there's too much hullabaloo around Romero, and the video at quarter past that I'm redirecting you all to is about Christian Romero. So yes, please get over to that. And I think some of you will agree, others won't. Phil Coys won't agree with me. But big up to you, Ghosted. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate you as well. Rinketic said a Youth Cup game today, so no Stel and Sav show for me. Big up. You enjoy it, mate. You enjoy that. No, because my wife, no, Savva's my surname. So no, she doesn't call me Savva. That would be really, really weird, wouldn't it? Ben has said Romero needs to get match fit before we make this decision. I agree. I just feel when Danso plays, Danso for me, here you go, Ben. Let me know if you agree with me. Danso for me is more in the realms of when a Michael Dawson played, where you knew what you were going to get. Now, I'm not saying there's not going to be mistakes. I'm not saying he's the greatest centre-back I've ever seen, but you knew what you were getting from Dawson. I kind of feel the same with Danso. So, yes. Yeah, by the way, Gaurav, if you want a picture of Frank, a better picture of Frank than this, email me and I'll talk to you via email. I can send you something. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Mrs. Savva calls Savva Mr. Savalicious. I can tell you. Normally it's oi. Oi, have you put the bins out? Oi, we're going here. Oi, we're doing that. But listen, yeah, let me know. Any last scores going in for the game today? I've said I think it's going to be a high scoring. I think it's going to be a 3-3. My lineup, I think, will be Vicario. The decision he's got to make tonight, Spence, Porro, Udogie, which to play. If he drops Spence, I will be more Ange out than ever. I'll be more Ange out than ever. So we'll see who plays at the fullbacks. Danso and Davis and Gray, at centre half, unless Romero's magically fit. Midfield, I think he'll go with the same team as the other day. I really do. Maybe Odegaard starts. I don't know. Yeah. Send to me, mate, and we'll get it done. Thank you very much. If you need my email address, mate, it's FHTV. I'll put it in here, inquiries@mail.com. There you go. No, I've completely ballsed it up. Ignore that. Would help if I could spell properly, wouldn't it? There you go. Have a look at that. No, what is wrong with you, Richard? What is wrong with you? There you go. FHTV inquiries@mail.com. It's this one. It's this one, my man. It's this one. MC Kelsey said, how do you think we, West Ham, played against Arsenal? No, I think it's exactly what we thought. You know, Arsenal had most of the ball, most of the game. But I think when you're hitting them on the counter-attack with people like Bowen, people like Kudus, you're going to cause problems. I think you did well, and thank you for beating them. Yes, how did you guess, Phil? The premiered video is about Christian Romero, and it is starting in 6 minutes. I will be redirecting you all over there. But let me know right now in the chat who starts tonight. Let me know. What's your back four tonight? Vicario will play. What's your back four? No. Thank you, Grav. I really appreciate that. What's your back four, people? What's your back four? I reckon he goes Porro, Danso, Gray, Spence. That's what I think he'll do. That's what I think he'll do. Are 4 appearances with 1 goal and 2 assists bad? Who are we talking about there? Sorry. 4 appearances with 1 goal and 2 assists bad. Who are we going with there, mate? Spence, Danso, Gray, Adogi. Okay, you think it's going to be the other way around to me. Okay. Spence, Adogi, Danso, Gray. Okay, so you think it's going to be the other way around to me as well. I think Porro will play tonight. Nick thinks he'll do the same as Ipswich. Shane O'Neill said it's a bit of a tiff online here. Has Archie Gray been class? Am I missing something? I think Archie Gray has come in and done admirably. But when people are saying he's been quality and class and played really well, I don't think he has. But that's what he will. Ryan says, I don't think Spence plays. Ryan, can you imagine? If this is what he does, it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous if he gets rid of him. 1 second. 1 second. If I could spell. 1 second. Enjoy and comment. Yeah, I mean, look, I think it'd be terrible if Spence doesn't play. I really, really do. Mention Gray and Lubo appears. Yeah, he's not here today. He's not in the chat, is he? George says, I need to see Madders in midfield. I would want Maddison in midfield today. I think the difficulty you've got is we know Man City will have a lot of the football. We know they're going to have a lot of the football, don't we? So let's see. Kate is worried about Porro playing. Well, it all depends. If Porro plays on the right back, whichever left winger plays for Man City will have a lot of the ball. If it was the Doku from the other night, I would shit myself. He was excellent the other night. No nonsense football fan. I said Porro, Danso, Spence, and Adogi. Porro, Danso, Spence, and Adogi. So lots of people with different back fours. Putting different back fours into the chat here. Doku would cook Porro. He would. It's just all about his end pass. If he can sort that end product out, he'll be a top player. But then you've got Savio, you've got Mamouche running as well. Don't forget as well, you've got Vardio down that left-hand side. Anton has said preferred 4, Spence right back, Danso, Romero centre back, Adogi. Yeah, I mean, is Romero fit to play? Is he fit to start immediately? And then, if he is, which one of Danso and Romero plays on the left side of the back 4? It's going to be very, very interesting. Marios, big up to you, my friend. Has gone with Spence, Adogi, Gray, and Danso. If he doesn't start Spencer Matters, then it'll be unforgivable. Yeah, look, we'll see. We'll see. Spence, Adogi, Gray, and Danso there as well. Spence surely must start. Kuvra has gone Porro, Romero for 5 minutes until he's injured again. Danso and Udogie. I think it'll be mad. If he comes straight back in, it'll be mad unless he's properly fit. But is Spence a worse centre-back than Gray? I don't think so. Sorry, Lubo. I mean, it's hard to tell. I need to see Spence there, right? Phil has gone with Spence, Gray, Danso, Udogie. Alex McCarthy said, morning, Savva. If I remember correctly, Nunes tore Porro a new one last time we played them. He did. I don't think it'll be him today, though. I think they've got a lot of wingers and a lot of forward players available now, but I get your meaning. Guys and girls, I am going to leave it there. As I said, I'm going to send all of you, there's over 300. I'm going to send you all over. Please watch the premiered video, please. It would really mean a lot to me. It's only 10 minutes. Please smash the like button. Get as many comments on it as you can. And please subscribe to the second channel. I'll be back on this channel at 5 p.m. today, all the way through till about 10:30, 11. So please join me then. Much love. If you would watch that video, I would be forever grateful. Thank you very much. And as always, come on, you Spurs. This will take you straight to that video.